Hello everyone, my name is Hector Torres, and as you know, I do a lot of interviews with a lot of fighters. I'm doing it out of Puerto Rico, and right now we had the unfortunate news that Hector Macho Camacho, former world champion, is in critical condition. Earlier today he was shot in the neck and head, and really is not expected to make it, but everyone here is praying and just sad by the news. And all I want to say that Hector Camacho was a flamboyant fighter in the 80s all the way up to the 90s, and his last fight was in 2010. And one thing about Hector Camacho was that he liked to have fun, and in his boxing career, whether it was in the ring or outside the ring, he was known for being this outgoing person. He had a great personality. It's just sad to hear this right here in Puerto Rico, and he meant a lot to people here in Puerto Rico, especially when he fought. Made a lot of people proud. He was one of the first ones of Puerto Rico who I like to say was a TV fighter and made the Puerto Ricans come out and stuff like that. He did have a bad reputation, but in reality he was a good guy. I first met Hector Camacho in New York City. We talked for a while. Great guy. I then met him a few times here, here in Puerto Rico. The last time I actually met Hector Camacho was at the Wilfredo Vasquez Jr. and Jonathan Oquendo fight, and he was in high spirits. He actually went into the ring, and when he did that, the crowd went crazy. And as soon as he got out of the ring, one of his former rivals, which was Felix Tito Trinidad, actually told him, "Hey, come here," as to say, what's going on, and they hugged and stuff. He was beloved, and he still is, by the Puerto Rican people, and also in New York and everywhere else. He did grow up in Spanish Harlem in New York City, so he's well known out there. And he has some big high-profile fights against Edwin Chapo Rosario, another Puerto Rican fighter, the late Rosario, and Julio Cesar Chavez, and just a couple of other fights. He had some pretty big fights. Vinny Pazienza was another one of his rivals. Greg Haugen. I mean, the list goes on and on. He also fought and beat Hall of Famers Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard. I mean, I know it was later in their careers, but he still got the W's over them. And I'm just praying for his family and and for him, for he could just pull through. In Puerto Rico, unfortunately, there's a lot of violence. Last year, there was over 1,000 murders, and this is a really small island. Just to get an idea of how small Puerto Rico is, it's actually 3 times smaller than Rhode Island, and Rhode Island is actually the smallest state of the United States. So just think about that. It's a lot of violence here in Puerto Rico, and things need to change. Hopefully, the upcoming year, there'll be a lot of changes, and let's see what happens. Like I said, unfortunate news. Hector Camacho's been shot, and he's still pulling through, and I just hope that he actually makes it, and that's what I gotta say about that. Thank you.